Y'all, I'm on my way to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Got a load of shingles to deliver down there. Got a pretty good little ride ahead of me. I'm already about 2 hours in. I got about 4 more to go. And, you know, as y'all know, I told y'all I deleted my Instagram page at Team Rob 2. And one of the things I hate about that is I lost all my messages. I had people that were, you know, sending me messages, wanting me to make videos about certain things. And if you did that, I would advise you to resend them to my new Instagram page if I haven't gotten to it yet. There's one message that this lady sent me, and I just remember the message. And I remember what her issue was and what she wanted me to deal with and what she wanted me to address. She said that she was a teacher of younger children. I forget exactly what age, but she said she started off teaching in white schools. She's a black woman. She started off teaching in white schools. Now she's teaching in black schools, and she sees an issue with discipline of the black children. And she wanted me to address that, address discipline and how as parents we're failing our children because we don't believe in discipline. Now we know black folk believe in whooping ass. And if you don't know about me, hi, my name is Robert Perkins. I believe in whooping ass. But a lot of times we make the mistake as parents of simply whooping ass. That's all we want to do. You just beat them. There isn't really any lessons learned. There isn't anything really taught. You just beat them. We teach them that there's a consequence to certain actions, in which case you beat them, but we're not really teaching them to curb the behavior at all. And we send our children into public school systems, and we require that teachers of all races, now we know that most teachers are white women, but we send our kids up to these schools and we expect that these teachers are going to know how to deal with our children. This is a mistake. A mistake that we continue to make as parents. We don't want to discipline our kids until later on. I don't know what we're saving it for. A lot of times when I talk to parents, I never understand what we're waiting on when it comes to teaching our kids certain things that they're going to need to be in a social setting. We're always waiting. And people tell me, you know, well, you just an extra ass motherfucker. And okay, I mean, I take that. But as a parent, the way I see it, any behavior that your child exhibits is a behavior that you have made normal, that you normalized that behavior. If your child is erratic, if your child can't sit still, if your child talks too goddamn much, it doesn't matter. These are all behaviors that you facilitate at home and that you always have facilitated because you view your child as a child. You're going to let them grow and develop at their own rate. The behaviors that they have that you ignore, you don't see them manifesting themselves later on in their lives, nor do you ever factor in that somebody else going to have to deal with this that don't know your kid like that, don't love your kid, don't give a fuck about your damn kid. But then you send them to school. They say that your kid got ADHD. They have an issue with paying attention. And I would argue that the parents, if you go to the homes and you observe these parents, you're going to see what the issue is. It's never the child, at least in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't children with serious behavioral issues, but I do believe that 90% of this shit can be curbed at the house. Parents just lack consistency, and we only have one method, and that is to beat our children. There is no conversation had. There isn't an understanding as to, well, if I'm going to whoop your ass, let me tell you why this is happening. And tell you what behavior will not be grown and groomed in this household. We don't do that. We just beat. We got people that will brag right now about the type of ass whoopers they got. They will talk about how many ass whoopers they got. Not the lesson learned. Not the behavior that would be curbed. Just when you got caught, here's the consequence. The behavior don't stop. You just figure out better ways to not get caught, so you don't get your ass whooped. We don't make our kids understand how these behaviors are detrimental. That's the work we don't do. I've seen so many people have children who are reckless. The children are reckless, but again, it's because the parents are reckless. But then they get their kids in certain situations where they can't behave, and they'll blame the teachers. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like teachers are, all good, because we know that teachers are not all good. But a lot of times, it's not the teacher, it's your kid. Teachers are blamed, and this is even black teachers. I talk to black teachers too. And they dealing with these little reckless ass kids that y'all sending up to the school, and then y'all want to turn around and be mad at the teachers. Black folks sit around acting like this. Because you think the behavior is cool at the house. You're not teaching your kids patience. That they have to wait. Which is one of the most important lessons you can teach your kid at home before you send them out into social settings, is that they have to wait. Y'all don't teach y'all kids to wait. To be patient. It ain't always going to be about you. Especially when you're sending your kids to a social setting. And the teachers are always to blame. I don't do that. I blame the parents every time. Because I know that their kids are not being taught. You can just see them out in public with these kids. Kids are reckless, demanding things as children to grown folk. And grown folk, the parents, are bowing to the will of their children. I think something's wrong with that. Now, of course, we got new parents out here who thinks this way is archaic, almost, barbaric even. Well, I believe in order. You a motherfucking child. You don't tell me what to do. You don't rush me to do anything. That's not how this shit works. Outbursts do not get rewarded. Your impatience doesn't get rewarded. We are rewarding these things, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. We're rewarding these things in our homes. Your kid can tantrum for long enough, and then you're going to give in to their will. But a teacher not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to give in to your kids. Will they have a classroom full of kids? Now, it is true that we're dealing with children. You're dealing with different temperaments. Every kid is not going to be as easygoing. You may have an easygoing kid, a laid-back kid, a calm kid. All of them ain't like that. It may take more work to get them to be calm, to understand. But you got to be willing to do the work. And a lot of us, we have these kids, but we're not willing to do any work as to curbing their behaviors, to making these behaviors relevant even at home. We're not doing that. You think this shit cute. And a lot of times it's due to lack of fathers in the home. But I can't say that's all the time, because I've seen it to where fathers are in the home and these fathers ain't worth a damn either. They're not doing shit. They're not curbing these behaviors. They act just like the women. Child have a tantrum, father buckles. Child whine a little bit, get whatever they want. Fathers particularly weak for their daughters. It's a real weakness for daughters. And as a father, I do understand. But my daughters know, no, we don't work like that. And I also understand how not having that father in the home and mom's trying to play every role, how that could be conflicted for a mom. Especially working moms. Because a lot of this, a lot of us parents, we out here working. We're not able to be as attentive. We just want to make whatever it is stop. And typically that's bowing down to a child. But we too tired. I'm not never too tired. The white man and his mama ain't gonna work me so hard I forget that I got kids that require certain attention. Certain behaviors that's gonna have to be broken. Even where I'm concerned. Because I be damned. Ain't no kid about to run me. I don't give a damn. I don't care who the kid is. It ain't gonna happen. And you see these behaviors young. You see these whiny ass little kids talking back to their parents. Being demanding to their parents. And I just be looking at these parents buckle like, how the fuck could you? I can't imagine what these kids act like in school. This is why my hats go off to teachers. I couldn't imagine dealing with y'all's motherfucking kids all up at school. These young kids whose behaviors that y'all just pardon as use their age as an excuse. Oh, they 4, they 5, they'll grow out of it. You were saying the same thing when it was 1, 2, and 3. They don't grow out of it. That doesn't happen for real. You got to do some work. This lazy parenting that is creating these children. You got to do some work. And it starts young. Setting boundaries. Respect protocols. Who the fuck do you think you are around this motherfucker? You're a liability. You're a child. Those lessons aren't being taught. Order isn't being taught. Patience isn't being taught. You don't talk when I'm talking. These are things that, again, these new parents will call this old school parenting. Now kids get to have opinions. I do believe in communication with children. I communicate with my kids all the time. I think you should allow your kids to express their feelings, the things that they're going through. But you should also frame their feelings and the things that they're going through as an adult. That's your job, to frame their feelings and emotions. Because while you sitting around thinking, these childish ass things are so severe and so serious, they're not. You got to frame that for kids. This all ties into their behavior. Parents are lazy as fuck. I'm sure many of you listen to this video, lazy as fuck. And that's not no knock to you. Just ain't nobody telling you. You lazy. People not gonna love your kid like you. They're not gonna understand their behaviors like you do, and you shouldn't. But you're asking teachers to understand your erratic ass child. Been erratic all their little life, and you ain't taught them that shit ain't gonna work, and it won't be tolerated. You didn't teach them that. But then you're asking that a teacher understand your child and deal with your child's fucked up behavior without the power that you have. Because as a parent, you have a different type of power to discipline your child. Teachers don't have that power. They got a classroom full of kids. They can't isolate behaviors and focus on your child. You can while you're at home. Even if you're tired from work. If you notice your child's struggling in an area, you need to focus on that area. Some of y'all kids talk too goddamn much. Way too much. Don't know when to be quiet. Don't know how to respect when somebody else is talking. When an adult is giving them instruction. You don't even teach them that shit. They don't even listen to you. You sitting around making suggestions to them of things that they could possibly do. They got options and shit these days. All types of options. I came from an era of no options. Some of y'all came from an era of no options. And in an effort to give your child a quote-unquote better life, a better circumstance, you leave out so much of what you learned growing up and respect, as far as respect is concerned. Now, I'm not saying your parents did it right if they were sitting around whooping your ass all the time. But there were certain things that they did get right. They made you understand that you was a motherfucking child. They had that shit right. You have no authority around here. They had that part right. And sometimes you need your ass whooped. Not all the time, no. You take the high road, you talk, you communicate. But after a while, that shit gonna run its course. The teacher can't do that. They gotta tell your kid to sit down all day. Over and over again. And a lot of y'all doing the same shit, you know. Begging your kid to act right. Begging them not to embarrass you in public. So you'll do anything to prevent that. That stress. That anxiety of public embarrassment. So you'll do anything. These kids smart. They know that. They know you a hoe for them. And they're going to treat you like a hoe. Like they run shit. Because you haven't established who they are. And who you are. If your kid got a behavior that you don't fuck with, it's up to you to fix it. Not sending them to school. And then when the school calling you out, you don't know what the fuck going on. And then black folk love to cry racism. When you know damn well you ain't teaching your goddamn kid no sense of order or respect. You know you're not. They don't even respect you. So it ain't all racism. Now we know the curriculum is racist as fuck. We know these white motherfucking colonizers, they may be racist as fuck. But your kid acting like a damn fool. And somebody telling you that your kid acting like a damn fool is not racist. That's you failing your child. Every single day you're failing them. You've been failing them all their life. And people see it. I see y'all all out in public, catering to these kids, scared they're gonna cry. I see y'all. The kids see y'all. The kids know what to do. And they learn it young. They use that crying shit young. I'm gonna spaz the fuck out, and this motherfucker gonna give in at some point. They intelligent enough to understand that. There are black teachers out here, and this teacher that hit me up, she wants the best for black kids. This is a black teacher saying this. But y'all kids is wild. And ain't nothing being happening to curb that behavior. It should be taking place at home, parents. You're too busy on your phone to pay attention to your kids. Too busy on Instagram. Too busy on Facebook. Too busy sitting in front of that goddamn TV. Too busy playing 2K, fathers. You need to be paying attention to your kids. Their behaviors. Their interactions with you. You shouldn't be always trying to make the problem go away by ignoring the problem and giving in. So you can get back to Instagram. So you can get back to Facebook so you can get back to your favorite TV show, your favorite video game. You don't rush through the parenting so you can do all this other little stupid shit. Your child get on your goddamn nerves. You can only imagine what they doing to goddamn teachers and other people out here in the world. They get on your nerves. And you ain't protected your nerves at all. You ain't even make it a point of interest of yours. I prepared my kids so my nerves would not be wore down. I prepared them to be non-nerve-wracking ass kids. That's the work I put in early. I don't wait. Ain't no waiting period. That's early. By the time your kid is crawling, you need to be establishing boundaries, barriers, respect. By the time they up and walking, you damn sure better be on your job. Even if you take crawling, even if you take that time off, you better get on your job when they start walking. Establishing boundaries, establishing respect, establishing the fact that you're not gonna goddamn spaz out and have a goddamn tantrum and get whatever it is that you want. Because it don't stop at 2. It don't stop at 3. It don't stop at 4. By then they in pre-K, if y'all seen y'all kids in pre-K. But it damn sure don't stop at 5, and then y'all putting them in schools. And you've done nothing. You didn't make them sit there and be still with nothing to do. No entertainment. No iPads and all this little shit we got for our kids, these little gadgets that they got these days. You didn't make them sit there. You know you didn't. With my kids, I made them sit there. Nothing to do. You're going to learn how to sit here with no entertainment. This is a skill set. Hell, grown people don't even got this damn skill set, if we being real. Grown people don't even got this. So it's not like it develops at any point. There's a lot of grown people that can't sit still. Can't not be doing something. Can't just sit there and quiet and be quiet and just chill. Got to always be doing something. Y'all know y'all know motherfuckers like that. Got to always be running their motherfucking mouth. Got to always be doing something. On something. Watching something. I'm bored. It's like, what the fuck? You've been sitting here for 3 minutes. We've I guess bombarded our kids with images. Bombard them with them. But they always have to be being entertained to be okay. We know damn well school ain't no entertainment place. It's not a place for entertainment. So you need to take the iPad, take the game, the little tablets, or whatever you got for your kids. Turn the TV off sometimes and make them sit. Give them that skill. Build that skill at home. Because if, at school, if they can't sit still, they're not going to get the lesson. Because their mind won't be able to focus. You ain't taught them how to focus. That's a skill set. Focus to learn a new skill. And then we as black parents in particular, we got to be teaching our kids at home as well. We must. We're the first teachers that they encounter in this world. Period. We're the first and most consistent. Because your kids' teachers change every year. You there every day, every year, through all the school breaks, on the weekends, the vacations, the teacher work days, you there. There's no excuse for you. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say. I mean, I know I ran off on this video a while, but I'm really passionate about kids and the abilities that I know kids have that we act like they don't have, the discipline I see that we're not giving them, the behaviors that we reinforce at home, and we act like somebody else is supposed to deal with it, or act like our kids gonna grow out of it. That shit makes me mad. Now I respect the people who see me out with my kids and are like, wow, they're just so, it's like this was work. They did not, they weren't born like this. This is work. This is work. Some ass whoopings in there too. There's some ass whoopings in there, but it's work. You got to build this behavior. They know what they're supposed to do out in public. They know how to conduct themselves. They know damn well they're not about to whine and get shit from me. They're not about to rush me to do shit. It's not going to happen. So I always appreciate the respect. But it's like, well, you know, you can do it too. All I did was give a fuck and know what's coming down the line if you don't curb these behaviors. That's all you gotta do. I know what I'm not gonna deal with from a child. So it's up to me to create a child that knows what I'm not gonna deal with, what they're not gonna do, and how they're not gonna act up at school. What you not gonna do up at school. Now there are times where these teachers get out of pocket and they're accusing your kids of shit that ain't right. I hate what they're doing now with kids. They don't want kids to defend themselves. But the teachers won't defend your kid either. So my kids know there are certain things that their teacher can be talking about I'm not going to give a fuck about. There are certain things. I'm not going to have no motherfucking teacher tell my kid they can't defend themselves. Come tell them why they don't do shit about it. No, we're not doing that. If my kid defend themselves, then I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Now I done taught them to sit there, be still, listen to the motherfucking lesson. Don't be sitting there talking the whole goddamn time. I can do all of that. But I refuse to tell my kids, go tell your teacher if somebody fucking with you. And that teacher don't do shit. I can't do it. So I get that call, well, we dealing with something different. Then I'm going to tell that teacher to get the fuck out of here. If you're not going to protect my child, then my child must protect themselves. No. That's just what it takes. Because sometimes these teachers do be out of pocket. And you got to check them. You have to check these motherfucking teachers. But make sure your kid is in line as well. You see. Make sure you sitting them up there right. You done did the work. They're supposed to represent you in a certain way. My kids know they're supposed to represent me in a certain way. That's the work we gotta do as parents. That's all the fuck I want to say. I hope the lady that sends me this message sees this video and appreciates this video. Anybody that has sent me stuff and I didn't respond to it on Instagram, again, I don't have the messages now. But if you want to resend them things you may want me to touch on and deal with, resend those messages. Follow my new Instagram page. That link will be in the description box at TeamRob5. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media. All those links in the description box. Order a t-shirt from my brother. I got 2 sites of t-shirts. You want to order a t-shirt from my brother, donate via Patreon. All those links in the description box. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.